Argentina's Economy and Business Climate, a document for MBAD 6124 International Business, Cape Breton University, April 13th, 2013, Donald Ferguson. Argentina makes up almost whole southern half of South America, the world's 8th largest country. Argentina is roughly 2.8 million square kilometers and possesses some of the world's highest mountains, largest deserts, and enormous waterfalls. The diversity of its geography ranges from remote areas in southern Patagonia to a metropolitan area of Buenos Aires in the northern part of Argentina. Argentina is made up of 6 major regions. Some of the pictures that you'll see from Argentina. One of the cities, there are vast mountains, Alps. The churches, because it's predominantly Roman Catholic. Actually, it has to be a law that the president of Argentina is Roman Catholic, and the major cities. This is a video of Argentina as they bounce back from the economic crisis of 2002.
The 20-floor Bowen Hotel in downtown Buenos Aires is living proof that there is life after default. When its owner closed it down during Argentina's acute economic crisis a decade ago, its employees decided to take it over and run it themselves.
We were 15 workers, today we're 167, all in a cooperative. Every country's crisis is different, but they always hit the workers hardest.
Argentina's fortunes have improved dramatically since it became the world's biggest ever sovereign defaulter in 2002. Mass protests, lootings, and even suicides followed the government's freezing of bank accounts, followed by a sharp devaluation of the currency. Today, Buenos Aires' Plaza de Mayo is no longer a battlefield, yet Argentines are keenly aware of the similarities between what happened here and what's happening in Greece. Both countries deeply in debt, both countries with an economy that was uncompetitive. Yet Argentina had an advantage that Greece doesn't have that helped it recover from its crisis. It's called soy, and with its currency devalued, Argentina's exports skyrocketed. Tourism got a new lease on life because of the cheap currency. But devaluation was also a bitter recipe for recovery.
Nearly 60% of the country was plunged into poverty. If someone wants to copy Argentina's model, I'd say they're crazy, because they will pay a very high price in social terms.
Yes, Argentina did survive default and devaluation. High commodity prices continue to fuel its economy. But inflation is now in the double digits, capital flight is acute, and the country's credit rating is dismal.
It's like telling them to follow the example of a well-known swindler who never pays his debts in full. It's been 10 years, and Argentina still hasn't paid its debtors.
So, while it is tempting to see the grass greener on the other side, a closer look reveals that there is no quick fix to crises that are years in the making. Lucia Newman, Al Jazeera, Buenos Aires.
Comparative GDP analysis between Argentina and the world show when in 2000 Argentina is GDP is much higher than the world average, and again in 2001, but then it slips to below the world average in 2002 and 2003 as it tries to make a recovery. It slowly comes back in 04 and 05, and then again it surpasses the world average in 06 and maintains a steady rate in 07, 08, and 09, and the forecast for 2010, 2011, and 2012 seem that it will surpass the world average gross domestic product. For the pestle analysis of Argentina, we looked at the political environment, economic environment, social environment, technological environment, legal environment, and ecological environment. With the political environment, the global fund market has treated Argentina as a state that is out of line with international norms due to the corruption and cronyism that is rampant throughout the government. Since 1983, a series of successive governments have tried a variety of experimental measures to attempt to bring economic and political stability to the country, but have failed. It able to successfully introduce economic reforms to ease regulation primarily for trade investment in order to encourage private sector for business. With the economic environment, Argentina has seen a rise since the economic crisis of 2001-2002. For the past 5 years, the GDP growth has risen as high as 9.2% in 2005, but dipped to 6.6% in 2008 due to the international financial crisis. Argentina's economy is traditionally based on the production of agricultural goods, meat, tobacco, wool, as well as natural resources such as coal, iron ore, copper, zinc, and tin. It is also important to note that Argentina is self-sufficient for energy due to its vast resources of natural gas and oil. As far as the social environment goes, Argentina is largely an urban country with over 90% of the population settling in urban and semi-urban areas. The population here enjoy a high standard of living when compared to other Latin American countries, but with growing regional disparities, the continuous migration in large numbers from the rural areas to the major cities, gender inequality in the employment have caused crime rates to rise in these urban areas. For technological environment, improvements have been made to the technological infrastructure due in part to the privatization of state-run industries that began in the 1990s. The most evident is the vast improvement of Argentina's telephone system, even though it's still considered a weaker system than most nations. Argentina is also home to a significant amount of well-trained software engineers, and because of this asset, along with geographical advantages, many multinational companies have opened software centers in Argentina, such as Motorola, Intel, and IBM. The legal environment, the Argentine court system consists of federal and provincial set of courts. Argentina's judicial system is considered to be very corrupt, and public perception and confidence of the judicial system is low. Foreign companies, knowing this, make provisions in their contracts to include arbitration rulings rather than deal with the court system. Argentina accepts the principle of international arbitration and is party to the International Center for the Settlement of Investment Disputes. For the ecological environment, the major environmental issues that Argentina face are pollution and loss of agricultural lands. Pollution is a result of chemical agents in the air from industrial sources. Water supply is threatened by uncontrolled dumping of pesticides, hydrocarbons, and heavy metals. The soil for agriculture is being threatened by erosion and deforestation. The Argentine government is presently getting into renewable energy production and are set to construct Latin America's largest wind power project with the aim of providing 4% of Argentina's power needs by 2017. In conclusion, the nation of Argentina is going forward in a positive plan, but the world sees it still as a corrupt government, and that is one of the gaps that needs to be identified in order for these people to move forward. Argentina has natural resources, the labor force, the geographic location, the government's ability to identify gaps and needs within the country and set out policies in order to help fix them. But in the eyes of the world, they are seen as a country with lots of potential, but still need to be buyer beware for the corruption in the government. Thank you.